guys, why are you all today doing a brand new review? This one isn't going to be a movie review and such, it's actually going to be a review for a trailer which just came out the other day. I can say the other day, this is for being recorded on the Friday, the official day the trailer got released, but won't be up until Tuesday, so obviously a few days has passed. I'm sure most of you horror fans have already seen the trailer. If not, I'll leave the link down in the description for you guys to watch. I have already watched it on like a few hours ago when this recorded, but yeah, I don't want to show the trailer because I don't want to breach like copyright or anything, any strikes on this channel, but I will be showing obviously screenshots and stuff for it while I talk about it. One of the first things that I noticed when watching this trailer is the security cameras on Laurie Strode's house now, and also the big lights you can see at the top of the house. That was one of the first things I really noticed. As you can see in the top right hand corner of the house, there's a security camera, as well as on the trees, and on top of the house there are big lights. Obviously you can see by this she has already been waiting for Michael to come back at this point. One of the other things I wanted to say, and sorry the lighting keeps changing, I keep sort of switching back and forth between the images so I know what to talk about, is the fact that there are certain elements of this film that sort of throw you back to the original. And I don't mean from like the trailer, obviously there's certain clips and shots in this which are like, oh yeah, that kind of like matched up with the old one, especially with Laurie Strode's granddaughter now. There's a shot where her granddaughter and her two friends are walking down the street and talking about the rumours that being Michael was her brother and stuff like that, and it sort of takes you back to Laurie Strode and her friends walking down the street and seeing him, you know, just down the street hiding behind a tree. One of the other things I want to talk about is her really, really long hair in this. I actually really like it. Like her really long grey hair. I mean, no, I know she had long hair in the original, but obviously in real life and not in all her recent stuff, she's had quite short hair. I've, you know, kind of like grown up with her having short hair. So seeing her with long grey hair is really weird, but I really like it. And also shows her sort of training with a gun at the gun range, which looks fantastic. It's one of the first things that the producers and stuff sort of talked about at one of the conferences they did when they first, I don't know if it was when they first showed the trailer or if it was just when they were announcing it, that it was going to follow 40 years later, a direct sequel, and that it was going to be Laurie Strode being sort of like a warrior waiting for Michael to escape. That was sort of all they released of the storyline. They didn't really say much else about it. And that's one of the things I like about the trailer, is it sort of says what's going to happen but doesn't go into like in-depth detail. A lot of trailers show everything. They'll show exactly how he escaped or whatnot, but they didn't really say how the bus crashed or, you know, how they got off the bus or whatnot. It was just like, oh, they got off the bus. Like, they didn't explain how it happened, you know, why were they being transported in the first place, stuff like that. It didn't give away too much detail in the trailer, which I loved. It just sort of showed, oh, there's a bus crash, Michael escaped, and she's been training to kill him for 40 years almost. Well, 40 years exactly. And there was one shot in particular where it was one of my favourite bits in the trailer, second favourite bit in the trailer, where he's up in the window, but it's his reflection in the mirror, and she's like pointing the gun up there, trying to aim, and shoots through the glass to the mirror, and you can just sort of see in her eyes, like, she's still like terrified of him, but she's ready for him. Like, she's scared, but she's not scared. That was one of my favourite shots in the trailer. And then obviously there was the scar along the side of her arm when she got attacked from Michael 40 years ago. So one of the things is right at the start of the trailer, they show the, I don't know if they're detectives or where they're from. They didn't really explain who they were, but they were talking about, you know, an investigation back in 1978 and whatnot. And they go in and they show Michael the mask, but they don't show his face, and that's something they never have. And a lot of people have talked about this in their reviews. I've seen 2 or 3 reviews already before me recording mine that say, oh, you don't see his face and whatnot, which you don't. But if you have a look in this screenshot right here, which is where the dad and son in the car, and they sort of stopped at the bus crash site, there's the guy, there's a guy sort of standing in front of the headlights. You can sort of see, make out his face. I'm not sure if they're focusing on if this is actually Michael or if it's just one of the other inmates that they might be focusing on or whatnot. But yeah, I'm going to take a hunch and say that it is Michael, and that they're going to take sort of a different approach and show what he actually looks like, because there was also a few screenshots in there where he's of his hands and whatnot. So you never know, they may show what he actually looks like this one with this movie, which would be really awesome to actually see what he looks like. Because it would actually, and that's one of the things, I don't know if that would be him in that screenshot from the son and the dad sort of pulling off the car crash, because he would be so old now. Even if he was only 20 in the original, he would be like 60 now. But he didn't sort of have the build of a 20-year-old. He was already sort of 30 or 40, so it would be like 80. So I don't know if it's going to be the same Michael in retrospective, or if it's going to have a twist turn and be, oh no, it's one of the other guys, or it's whatnot. So, and then there's obviously the last shot of this trailer, which I'm so excited to see, which is Michael in the closet, and the girl's trying to close the closet door for the kid, and he's in there just waiting with a knife. That looked so cool. Now, I was never a huge fan of the Halloween franchise. I'm a big fan of the original. I don't know, a lot of people are going to hate me. I'm a big fan of horror, but never really got into the Halloween franchise. Always sort of stuck with Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Scream, stuff like that. Never got into the Halloweens too much. And I don't know what it was about it that I wasn't a fan of. Like, I wouldn't say I hated Halloween. Hate's quite a strong word, but I just sort of disliked it. I never watched really any of the sequels. I saw the original. I think I saw one sequel, and I saw the 2 remakes, and never like a huge fan of it. Like, I think I've seen the original twice, and it's, but and the thing is, like, I love Jamie Lee Curtis. Like, she's one of my favorite actresses of all time. I absolutely love her, and like almost everything she's done. But yeah, it was just like, I'm not too sure why I wasn't a fan of it, but this new one actually looks really, really good. And weirdly enough, is written by one of my favourite like on-screen comedians, Danny McBride. It's just like, oh, okay, bit of a weird choice, but apparently it looks like it's worked. And obviously he's done something right if John Carpenter has come back on as the executive producer. So, and especially for Jamie Lee Curtis to come back on and go, yes, I like the script. He's obviously done something right. Like, he was the co-writer, he wasn't just like the sole writer, but still, it was such a weird choice for a horror movie. Like, he's always done like sort of comedy. He's done a few dramas, but mostly comedies like Eastbound and Down. And then he had like a bunch of other ones like Will Ferrell and stuff that he did. One of my favourite ones of his was the Foot Fist Way. Absolutely hilarious. But yeah, this actually looks really, really good. I'm really excited to see. We've got a good year for horror this year in 2018. We also have The Predator coming out in September, so the month before Halloween does. And they just released a second trailer for Predator, so I may do a review on that because that looks amazing. But yeah, the new Halloween looks awesome. I can't wait to see it. Definitely leave a comment down below if you're excited for Halloween, what you loved about the trailer, if you've noticed anything that I haven't, and stuff, because I'd love to know what you guys think of it as well. Are you excited for it? Are you not excited for it? Were you a fan of the original? Were you not a fan of the original like I was? And stuff like that. But thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, definitely hit the like button. Also, hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you can get notifications when I upload every Tuesday and Thursday. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you on my next video. See you guys later.